Darkness enveloped the narrow path leading through a lifeless forest. My steps were uncertain, and the heavy backpack pressed on my shoulders, as if foretelling something ominous. The moon, barely breaking through thick clouds, cast light petals on the snow-covered trail. It was winter, and the cold pierced through my clothes, making my teeth chatter with fear and shivers from the cold. Close to midnight, when most sensible people were already fast asleep, I was compelled to return home after a late night at school. Forgotten lessons, exam preparations, all of it forced me to walk through this eerie forest. My heart pounded with each step, as if forewarning that something unpleasant would happen. An indistinct noise began to emerge from the darkness, like a haunting musical accompaniment to a horror scene. The snow's rustling beneath my feet seemed to harmonize with nightmares. I glanced back, but there was nothing behind me. It could have been my anxious imagination, but it persisted. A creature or something stood in the darkness, contorted like a shadow among the trees. Its hair, or more likely hers, lifted in the air, creating an eerie aura. The flickering moonlight reflected off strange eyes fixed on me. Legs, just like a human's, twisted at odd angles, as if harboring an ancient nightmare. A deep fear pierced me like a freezing wind on that dark winter evening. I stood as if rooted to the spot, unable to move. The creature began to approach slowly, step by step, with unclear intentions. "Who are you?" I whispered, as if afraid to disturb the eerie silence. My breath escaped my mouth in white puffs, and in response to my question, the shadow raised a hand to touch its face. She, if one could call this creature she had no face in its place, was an empty space reflecting darkness. It felt like time had frozen in that moment, and I felt the chilling mystery seeping into the depths of my soul. The creature continued to approach, melting into the darkness, and at that moment I felt fear taking hold of me. My legs started moving again, jerkily, as if desperately trying to escape this nightmare. But the faster I moved, the faster it approached, as if the very existence in that moment yielded to its will. The eerie wind's howl mixed with thunderous rolls in the dark sky, as if the world itself protested against this indescribable threat. The road stretched infinitely, and my home seemed so far away that it appeared only as a glimmer in the dark. The creature kept getting closer, and its gaze met mine, as if knowing what I feared the most. But in that moment, amidst the darkness, I decided not to give up. With a quickened pulse, I quickened my pace and finally reached my home. The door slammed shut behind me, and I stood in the hallway, gripping the door handle, anticipating the next move of this ominous creature. But nothing happened. The creature vanished like a shadow in the night, leaving no traces of its existence. Only the eerie wind continued to howl outside, reminding me that not all secrets of a winter night yield to unraveling. Since then, I avoid that forest at night, but sometimes, in my dreams, I see the shadow of a faceless being, reminding me that in the darkness, fears may lurk of which we are not even aware.